So you please keep on chatting. I'll just get the Facebook Live on.
So Virendra ji, you will be discussing on the medical franchises you have taken, right? वीरेंद्र जी नहीं, कहाँ गए?
Virendra is there, I think. Okay, good afternoon, Niti. I believe she just changed the name.
हाँ.
Sorry, did I miss anything? Because I was just...
Yes, you missed the valid question which I had in mind. So today you will be discussing on what you said in the morning, that you have some medical distributorship and you want franchises for the same, right?
No. So basically it is, how an individual can start his franchising business. That is what we are going to discuss. So today we are not going to generate leads from here. We are just educating people how they can also start their business as far as, if they have a brand or a service or a product, so they can take it nationally and how to take it. Or at least understanding about the model.
So it will be related to digital marketing or some other concept?
No, this is related to purely retail, out stores.
Okay, good. Okay, right, sir.
Shripad ji, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Virendra bhai.
How are you, sir?
एकदम फाइन. फरमाइए, आप बताइए.
Very much. आपने अपना टाइम निकाल के स्पेसिफिकली अटेंड करने में मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. रविंद्र जी.
Yes, sir.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार.
मैं ढूंढ के
जी प्रणाम करते हैं आपको.
नमस्ते मिश्रा जी.
नमस्कार सर.
सर
आपकी ये जो टोपी है ना,
हाँ,
तो कभी कभी चुराने का मन करता है. अब वो नासिक में ही आके चुराएंगे जब
बिल्कुल
जब दर्शन करेंगे.
आपको गिफ्ट करेंगे सर, आ जाइए. टोपी लेके आता हूँ.
इस बार तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली सब लोग जा नहीं पाए. जिस पर्टिकुलर जगह की ये फोटो या जिस पर्पस की फोटो है इस समय की, वहाँ लोग जा नहीं पाए अनफॉर्चुनेटली.
वो क्या है साहब, जरा समझाइए.
इट इज अ प्रोसेशन, इट इज अ होली प्रोसेशन. सेंट ज्ञानेश्वर पांडुरंग को मिलने जाते हैं. इट इज 200 किलोमीटर वॉक. Approximately 5 lakh people walk during those 18 days.
सर ये barefoot जाते हैं ना, नंगे पैर?
नहीं, नंगे पैर नहीं जाते.
Okay.
लेकिन चलते जाते हैं.
अपनी श्रद्धा से हैं लोग, गाड़ी से या पैदल चलते हैं.
और ये कहाँ से कहाँ जाते हैं? ये कहाँ से कहाँ, लोकेशन क्या है?
ये पूना से पंढरपुर.
अच्छा, पंढरपुर. अच्छा.
पंढरपुर, very famous.
सौरभ जी वेलकम.
वेलकम सर.
सर नमस्कार.
हमारे बिहार में लोग बैजनाथ धाम जाते हैं, बाबा धाम बोलते हैं उसको. वो सुल्तानपुर से जल लेते हैं और उसको जाके चढ़ाते हैं बाबा के यहाँ. वो 107-8 किलोमीटर पड़ जाता है पूरा. वो कंटिन्यूअसली, वो कच्चा रास्ता है, रोड नहीं है, वो एकदम जंगलों के रास्ते से जाते हैं. वो 108 किलोमीटर होता है. वो ट्रैक बना हुआ है. वैसे ट्रैक में मेला के समय में काफी लोग आ जाते हैं दुकान वगैरह लगा के. और जो डाक बम होता है उसको बोलते हैं मेल, एक तरीके से डाक बम. वो नॉन स्टॉप कहीं नहीं रुकता है. वो नॉन स्टॉप चलता ही जाता है. वो कहीं नहीं रुकता है वो. और सीधे जाके जब डाक बम आता है तो मंदिर का पट खोल दिया जाता है. 24 घंटा में कभी भी पहुंचे उसको जल चढ़ाने की अनुमति रहती है, क्योंकि वो कहीं रुका नहीं है. वो आता है. वो पूरे 107-8 किलोमीटर जो है लगातार गंगा से जल लेता है वो सुल्तानपुर में, और उसके बाद में बैजनाथ धाम जाता है वो। तो ये अभी सावन का महीना जो गया है अभी 2-4 दिन पहले, इतने लोग, वैसे अभी कोरोना टाइम में पता नहीं क्या स्टेटस था, लेकिन इतने लोग जाते हैं बिहार में, ये एक बहुत बड़ा एक मतलब वो होता है, संकल्प होता है लोगों का।
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
So good afternoon. So we've got a very, very interesting conversation today, and I'm really excited about it. We've got with us Mr. Virendra Ingle. Mr. Virendra Ingle, he's been a corporate guy for quite a few years. He's worked with brands like Eureka Forbes, Sony Pictures, Tally. And after that, he chose to start on his own. So right now he is a coach. He's a business coach. He's been mentoring a number of businesses. He is also associated with BYST.
अरे यार
And he
अबूजा नाम है मेरा, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
so and he also runs a number of businesses. So one of the businesses is that he runs a pharma chain which is called Medico Point, which has 10 franchises as of now, and they are open for franchises across the state of Maharashtra. Other than that, he also has a coaching business. He also has a company called Velocity Accelerator, through which he helps businesses to grow, scale up, and accelerate. This is the person who's our guest for the day. And today, the topic that he's going to speak about is retail and franchising. So if you are somebody who has a business and you want to choose the franchise route, I think this conversation is for you. So Virendra, can we hear something more from you about yourself and then take the conversation forward?
Yeah, thank you very much, Atulji. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for taking out the time for this session. Morning also we discussed on our introduction. Those who are new, I'll introduce myself again. Thank you, Atulji, for introducing me and giving this platform. So I have spent around 20 years into corporates, and after that I entered into business. But while doing my job, when I was working for brands like Tata's, brands like Sony, or maybe Zycom Electronic Security Systems, so I was, throughout my career, I was into business development. I was into franchisee rollouts. So that becomes my forte, that becomes my expertise. So when I resigned, I decided to start my journey as a business coach first. And while doing that, I got an opportunity from Tally to handle their ecosystem, specifically in the era of in the field of channel management or partner development. So which is handling the entire ecosystem of Tally, right from appointing the partner, nurturing and enabling that partner to become a successful businessman, and helping them to run their business. So that is what I am doing for Tally. And the morning, what I said, like similar kind of assignments, I'm very much keen and interested. As far as when I started my own business, I started with multiple line of startups. So first was the education, where I started with mechanical, IT, and telecom training and placement. So where we used to do all telecom thing. Ravindra ji can understand what I'm trying to say. It is more on it's like splicing kaise hota hai, tower kaise banta hai, and all these things which we used to teach to fresh students, and then we used to place them. This was a training and placement organization, and I was also parallelly doing my coaching business. During this entire thing, what I have observed that I have few brands which I can build, and I can create employment for lot many people, specifically in the domain of pharmacy. My elder brother is basically a pharmacist, and I saw him doing his hard work from morning to night, but he was not flourishing the way it has to be. And that's the reason I choose to start my first franchise business. So then I rolled out my brand. The brand name is Medico Point, and we started rolling out the franchises for it. And currently we have enrollment for 10 franchises. Out of that, 8 franchises are operational and running. During COVID, all other businesses were standstill. Whereas franchise business of my pharmacy business was running and operational at that time. So Atulji, can I just share my slides?
Yeah, sure. You're the co-host.
Right. So this is small about me. I am a serial entrepreneur, business coach, retail franchise coach, because I have spent maximum time into retail business and rollout business of franchises. While doing this, I was also heading Tata's for M-commerce business. Whatever you saw, M-Paisa and Airtel Money, I was heading that for Tata's, and that's the reason distribution also become my forte. I'm also a keynote speaker. I have done many events for various corporates for that. As far as business ventures are concerned, I rolled out my first franchisee, whatever you see here as a Medico Point. This is my franchise for pharmaceutical retail store. I have one more product called BizMIS, which is available on Apple as well as Android platforms, and is nationally present in today's scenario. And it is available. You can download anytime and sync your tally with it, and your all data can be seen on the tally on the mobile. The third product which I was talking about is a franchisee of Procognition Technology, which is an educational program where we have our training and placement franchise for engineering students. So this is all about me. I worked for various brands like Holistic India Limited, then Flex Industries Limited. I worked for Zycom as a Mumbai head for retail business. I worked for BPL Mobile as a franchisee head for Mumbai. I was working for Tata as a zonal head for Mumbai, and then rest of Maharashtra as a zonal head for M-commerce business. Then my last assignment in corporate was Sony Pictures, where I was regional head for non-MSO business in East. And then I decided, okay, I need to do something of my own, and I entered and started these all companies. And these all companies are running and absolutely, you can say, profit-making organizations for me today. This all happened after 2016. In last 4 years, with the grace of God and the wishes of all my dear and dear ones and hard works of my team, we could able to generate the these infrastructures and business models. So today, what we are going to talk, we are going to mainly talk about how velocity can help others in designing or building their brands. So our forte is this. We are basically a company who is helping individuals as well as SMEs in designing their ideal business plan, setting their goals, training their manpower, building next level leadership for them, and also we have an expertise of rollouts of franchisee and distribution setup pan India. That is our forte. So if somebody has got a product, somebody has got a service, somebody has got some software or anything which you feel that can reach to nation, then probably I can help them. Okay. So partner development and franchise rollout and distribution setup. Business consultancy, I've already said. If somebody feels that yes, there are requirement of corporate trainings or software trainings or anything, also we are doing. So today we are going to talk about a franchising business. So before that, can I ask my all guests that how many of you feel that they have something which can be which can serve the nation, or by in the form of having multiple stores and all? Anybody?
Yeah, I have something to speak about.
Yes, sir, please. I will be very happy if we make this an interactive session also, because that will help me to at least, connect the gaps. Yeah, please.
I would like to make a food Amazon.
Food or Amazon?
Food Amazon.
Food Amazon. Okay. Okay. Anybody else has got any products or service which they feel they want to take it, to multiple locations? Anybody? Okay. So
I'll be interested. Sorry, I'll be interested.
No, my question is, any one of you have any products and services where you feel that you want to take that product to a national presence in the form of retail stores or in the form of distribution or a channel?
Yes, I'm the one who wants to promote that.
Okay. May I know the product which you have or a service which you have?
It's more into a particular, it's a niche product, right? And I'm working towards it.
So
It's targeting a particular sector and a particular age group.
Okay, great. So we can discuss that, one-to-one also, not an issue. So let me just tell you that how
And
this.
we have business consulting, Atul here.
Yes, sir.
So business consulting is something which you would like to take across India.
Right. So now you have created one brand which is eGrowth, and you are now taking that to different cities, and you are now available all over India, and you are also expanding it to different countries. Now,
Yeah.
what is the success story behind it? It starts with creating a brand and an easily acceptable service, a business model. Agreed?
Yeah.
Right. We are going to understand that only, that how we can create our brand or a product so that we can start giving a franchisee of it, and why that person, whosoever an individual wants to take our franchise, why should he take our franchise? What is that we are offering to them? So what is the value which we are creating, right? So if you don't create any value for others, people will not pay their franchisee fee, or they will not pay you a royalty afterwards. Probably एक बार गलती कर देगा, अगली बार नहीं लेगा. So we are going to learn that how does this franchisee model works in India, and how things are operational, and how people are taking the benefit of it. I'm facing this problem of chat box. Just a minute, I'll remove it.
What problem are you facing?
The chat box is in between, and I cannot move it. Okay, just a minute. अतुल जी बीच में आ रहा है ना, इसको साइड में कर सकते हैं क्या? आई एम फेसिंग दिस एडमिट.
बीच में मेरी तरफ से कुछ नहीं आ रहा.
आई डोंट नो.
Yeah, I think we are all right. We can see the screen pretty clear.
Okay, great. So now, franchisee concept started in 1731, and it started, not in India but outside, somewhere in Carolina, where there is an agreement happened on the services, mainly on a printing services business. After that, you must have heard about Singer machines, sieving machines, we heard about it, and that happened in 1850s. The franchise became very successful because of McDonald's. Before that, it was not very famous. People were not, very much keen to open, because they were not sure about the model. They were not aware how this model works. And slowly and gradually, now if you see, every person who has got some products and services where he feels that this is something which is unique, and he can create a successful business model, can take this model as a franchising model for them. Right? So this is a great development happened into this business. Now, why an individual should go for a franchising? So if you have a brand, but if you want to raise a investment, so there are various ways of raising investment. One, you can create a business model, and you can approach a bank and take a loan and start a business. So that is okay for manufacturing and other things. But if you want to enter into retail, where you want to open stores, then franchisee model play an excellent role. It helps like anything, and we will see how it works. So there are two parties involved into this. One, the person, a parent company, they have their own brand, they have their own products and services. We call them as a franchisor. A company who has got their brand. So, for example, Atul ji, आपका brand है, आप franchisor हो, आप eGrowth is your brand, for example, like that. So now this particular product, this particular brand, you want to develop and make it as a store for others. So it is like, for me it is like, eGrowth is my company today because I'm a franchisee of you, considering that way. So every individual who joins you as a franchisee, it becomes their company, and they work with the ownership. The only difference is it is in a contract between you and me right now. So franchisor offers franchisee the right to their proven business model, recognizable trademark, established business systems, and their training and support. Because this person who is a franchisee, another person, may not be having a full knowledge about business, the model. You act as a support system for him. You give your established brand to him so that he can run that processes, ready-made processes, and he can then replicate it in future. Sounds good. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, great. So what is that we are offering as a franchisor? I am giving my brand, I am giving my business model to someone to run, and that I have a registered trademark for it, so that it is not copied and all. And I have a processes set, so that a person who is coming to me to start a business, he only needs to focus on one aspect of that business, and that is sales, that is development. Rest all thing can be taken care by the parent company. The second party in this is called a franchisee. An individual or any company who buys the right to sell the products and services of this particular business model act as a franchisee in this business model. So anybody who feels that, okay, I want to take a franchisee of say MACD, then MACD is the company itself is a parent company, and we act as a franchisee to that company. So what we expect from MACD, that they give us the entire brand, the promotion, the business model, everything to set my business, and I will pay the money for it. So I get an established business. मुझे ये tension नहीं है अभी कि चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा. I am very much confident now that this business is running and operating in different parts of city or India or world. I can also just replicate being a part of that chain, right? So franchisee interest is taken because he get the pre-established business, must work hard because his loyalty in this market is very important, and his talent as a businessman will help. The talent which he is getting or the knowledge which he is getting from the franchisor help him to establish his business locally, right? The entire day-to-day operation is run by this gentleman who is a franchisee in the business. He is involved into routine operation of the business, right? So now, why a franchisor giving the business rights to franchisee? One, without investment, he is getting a partner at a decent price and getting a reach. So that is his requirement, that I am getting somebody who can reach to a local. Second is local presence. Now, for example, I am in Pune, so I have my local, presence in Pune, and I have people, they can listen to me, they can understand what I am trying to, tell them or push them to buy. So somebody sitting in some city, some different parts cannot do that. So local presence help to a franchisee. Any questions here related to franchisee? Or can I take it?
No.
Right. So what all the responsibilities of a franchisor and franchisee? Let's understand that. So entire control of the store, procurement. Sorry, Devendra, you want to say something?
No.
So control of the entire store, the procurement related to store is the responsibility of a franchisee. Local community development, support to local community is a responsibility of a franchisee. Meeting franchisors' quality standard. A franchisee cannot run the business as per his will and wish. He needs to maintain the quality standard in terms of products or services which franchisor brand is promising. He cannot just do it the way he wants. So it helps a franchisor to establish that customer CHI index of his business. He also job is to recruit a right team and keep them motivated so that they are engaged in the business and productive. And as I said, he managed the entire day-to-day operation of that store. Okay. Then why this franchisor? What is the contribution of the franchisor here? The franchisor is a person who makes the product available to the franchisee. So maybe if it is like in my case, I have a pharmaceutical retail chain. So in my pharmaceutical retail chain, whatever procurement I do central processing. I have my warehouse. I put everything there at a best price because I buy in bulk. I buy from these companies and I make that available to my franchisees at their doorstep. Okay, so franchisees benefit yahan pe kya hua? He got the best products at the best price at the doorstep and with the standards of the company. Second, managing the property negotiations. Because I am a company, I go and help him in negotiating or identifying the right place for his business. Whether I have a survey team, they go, they identify whether this particular location is good for his business or not. Whether there is a market pool or not, walk-in badega ya nahi badega, all these things we go and check. And after that, we also help him to get the right property in that area. We help him in sitting together, we help him into negotiation also. So this is what expected by a franchisee from a franchisor. Then there can be a different support in terms of software support. There can be an IT infrastructure, legal, HR support. So there are other supports also can be provided by the franchisor to make that brand establish in that particular locality or a area. Then there is one more thing is with this induction. So the way we induct our employee, we have to induct our franchisee also, that what to do, what not to do, giving trainings on various aspects. So if you take a brand like MACD and all, they will invite you to their offices, maybe abroad, and they will train there how to handle the entire process. If it is Taj, and if they want to run any stores, then they will train their people into their premises so that they understand what exactly and how to handle the entire flow of events. So that is very important to do an induction. So that is also done by the franchisee. So continuous trainings of manpower and the franchisee is something which is a job and responsibility of a franchisor. Now, why this franchisee came to a franchisor to buy this franchisee store or a brand? Because he is reputed, he is well known into the vicinity. He is having a ready-made model. So growing a brand awareness and loyalty is again a responsibility with franchisor. A franchisor needs to keep on doing various multiple activities so that his brand is recognized into the market, people start knowing it, and just because that brand is there, people can just walk in and increase the footfall of that store. Right? Any queries, Shripad ji या देवेंद्र या कोई और किसी को कोई queries हैं यहाँ पे?
नहीं, इस पर अभ्यास स्टडी करना पड़ेगा. आप प्रेजेंटेशन बाद में जरा शेयर करना.
जी
सर. एक एक स्लाइड पे 1 घंटा काम करना पड़ेगा.
Okay, perfect. So now how this revenue model works? Okay, if I have a franchisee, then how I earn money? What are the benefits I get by offering my franchisee? So I have a lump sum fees, which we called as a franchisee fees, which can be a one-time fees, or it can be licensing for 5 years or maybe a 10 years. So people pay me a lump sum amount for my franchisee, say 2 lakh, 10 lakh, 5 lakh. So for my Procognition Technologies Private Limited, I get 5 lakh rupees as a franchisee fee. That is a one-time investment. And for my Provings, that is Medico Point, I get 2 lakh rupees for 5 years. That is a lump sum franchisee fees which they pay just to take my services or just to take my brand as their store, for their store. And of course, the entire model goes to them. So they have my store name and brand name and everything on their store. The entire designing of the store is as per the guidelines of the company. The procurement and everything, dress code, everything is done as per the guidelines of the company. Second thing which we get, which is a recurring income, you can say, so that is a royalty or a commission which we keep getting. So we charge, say, for example, 5% on the turnover to that franchisee. So if he is doing, say, 10 lakh rupees of a business, he pays out of that 5% to my organization for giving the services which I am giving him. So he is definitely expecting something from me, right? It is not only a brand. So he is expecting me to increase the footfall in his shop. He expects me to increase the loyal customer into his shop. He expects me to give him the IT support in the form of softwares. He expects me to, somebody from my team can go and guide him how to increase the business. That is what he is expecting. He is also expecting I can give him the products, make product available for him. So all these things he is expecting, and for which he is paying me 5%. Okay, this is a royalty per store on the turnover. So this is a revenue model which we have. Right. So in today's scenario, there are around 4 models. Out of that, we will discuss that in detail. So franchisee is a type of a business where a trademark, branding, and business model of a franchisor is used by a franchisor, and it is basically a legal document. There is no there is no act. जैसे कंपनी एक्ट होता है वैसे फ्रेंचाइजी का कोई एक्ट नहीं है. It works on a contract. There is an agreement between two parties, FDD, franchise disclosure agreement, and on the basis of that you can start your franchising. There is no bylaws of a Companies Act or a LLP Act like that, but you can have a franchisee model, and you as a parent company can talk to any legal lawyer and can create your franchisee model in terms of legal aspect. As far as the business model is concerned, you need somebody who has got a knack of or an expertise into designing a franchisee model. So my forte is franchisee designing and franchisee business model designing. So I keep on doing this for various companies and for my own brands. So in other words, what we are saying, if I am giving a franchisee to someone, so I am giving a license to use my trademark and my operating system and my business model, right? So that this person can sell my products and services from his store. This particular store acts as a branch of my organization, nothing else. So whenever you see a Medico Point everywhere, the recall value is, okay, this company is owned by somebody, not the person who is sitting inside, though he is the owner, right? So like McD, तो आप अभी McD का अभी का owner कौन है, जिस जहाँ पे आप McD खा रहे हो आपको पता नहीं होता है. आप किसी पर्टिकुलर शॉप में जाते हो, मे बी हल्दीराम जाते हो, तो आप यही कहते हो हल्दीराम की स्टोर है, आप ये नहीं कहते हो कि फ्रेंचाइजी स्टोर है. आपको पता नहीं होता बहुत बार कि उसका मालिक कौन है, राइट? सिमिलर. सो there is an agreement. This acts like an additional branch for me, and there is a right which I am giving him to sell my services and products. So obviously, if somebody is investing in your brand, then he will definitely expect something from you, right? So what all things he will be expecting normally is, he will expect that there is a foolproof business plan, that this business plan is running and operating currently, and they have a successful model, which is a profit making model, and you have a clear cut ROI in that business. There is a right framework and right brand positioning for that brand, for that product and services. If that is not there, then it seems difficult that somebody will pay you a franchisee fee. Second is, he may ask you for financing options and support. So there are chances that a person is very keen and interested to go ahead for your brand, but he don't have the funds which is required for it. In that case, we as an organization also help him to build, generate finances for his business by creating his project reports and all. We also, the franchisee also expect that my franchisor must help me in identifying the right location. Now, why it is important? Because if your location, specifically in retail, I am saying, if your location is not right, you will not get good footfall. You will not get good walk-ins. And if you don't get good walk-ins, then your business will not happen. You have to spend more money to get people on in your shop, right? So that is very important. So we have a team of experts. They go and survey the entire market to identify the right location for that particular store. Once the store is open, and before that, in fact, we conduct lots of training and operation guidelines, so that whosoever sits into that in that shop is well versed with my processes and my way of handling the customer, knows about the products and services which we want to sell and everything. Then they also expect us to do a marketing and advertising in their locality, so that people know, yes, there is one shop which is upcoming in this particular locality. So marketing and advertisement is something which is very important. And then ongoing operational support. So whenever they feel that they are finding any difficulty in operation, they expect a franchisor to guide them how to run that operation or how to solve that problems. So this is the model. These are the basic expectation a franchisee will always have from a franchisor, right? So normally in current scenario, there are only one or two types of, first two types of franchisee models are there. The multi-area developers and multi-unit franchisees are not very famous. Single unit franchises are highly famous. Then master franchise is something which is famous, where a person is taking the ownership of developing that area. So if somebody is coming and saying, okay, I want to become a master franchisee, maybe, I will take Maharashtra as my I will develop Maharashtra and I will open say 100 single units in Maharashtra. I need an override commission on it. So that kind of a models company can create. In my business, I have only single unit franchisees. I don't believe in master franchisee or multi-area developer or multi-unit franchisee because that capability I do have personally. Right. So these are the models which corporates are running currently. Many companies do have these models: COCO model, FOFO model, COFO model, and FOCO model. So what is this all about? COCO is company-owned, company-operated model, where the retail store is there, but it is owned by company and operated by company also. Okay, but it is a flagship store of organization. Like we have our own few stores which are operated by us and it is owned by us. Second is FOFO model, which is basically a franchisee owned and franchisee operated. So it is basically a model where he takes the right from me to run this operation, and he opened the store, he handled the entire manpower, everything is his, and he is running the show. So my model currently is FOFO model, where my franchisee is the owner and he himself is operating the business. Whereas I get my royalty every month and I support him in the way I have explained earlier. The third model is COFO model, where company owned and franchisee operated. So there are areas where company feel, okay, I have an infrastructure, I have my stock and everything right there, but I want somebody to manage it. Okay, so this is a COFO model, but these are not very, we can say not in practice very much, because most of the company, if they feel that they have a capability of infrastructure, they can always put their manpower to run it, right? And FOCO model is a franchisee owned and company operated model, where the entire setup is of a franchisee, but companies are running it and they are generating business for them. In India, what I have observed, the first two models are mainly operational. Out of that also, FOFO model is the successful model ever, where the investment is of somebody else and he himself is running that show, and you as a brand owner keeps getting the royalty. In case of a COCO model, the investment increase. So for example, if in my shop, if I need say 20 lakhs rupees as an investment, so for every store, I will have to invest 20 lakh rupees and I will have to appoint manpower and I need to monitor that manpower on a daily basis, whether they are performing or not. Whereas in case of a FOFO model, I know the owner himself is sitting there. His interest is to increase profitability. So he will definitely put his hard work and efforts to run that show properly. So my job is to help him so that he can grow faster. So my scope is also limited. Obviously, the percentage of profitability change as per the model in this scenario, right?
What is general percentage for COCO and FOFO?
General percentage of what, sir?
FOFO and COCO.
FOCO and COFO. Last two.
Middle two. FOCO is generally, we have like petrol pumps, company, franchise owned, company operated.
Correct.
So there are petrol pumps. There are petrol pumps. That is FOCO.
Right.
There are some pumps which are operated by Indian Oil or some BPCL and all.
Company operated stores. Correct.
Yeah.
So these are, sir, models where if that particular infrastructure and everything is yours and company is operating, then it is a FOCO model. But there are cases जहाँ पे infrastructure भी company का है and operation भी वो कर रहे हैं, वो COCO model है, right?
What is general strategy for FOFO percentage wise?
Second one. So, sir, it's all depend upon the products and services. If you are asking me the percentage of profitability sharing, then it's all depend upon the products and services. In my business of franchisee, I am putting it 95%. So I take only 5% as a royalty and 95% I give it to franchisee, because I know the problem statements of a franchisee. I want him to earn more. But if you talk about my Procognition franchisee, so there the percentage is 20% and 80%. So 20% I take and 80% he takes. Why it is different? Because the intellectual property used in education business is very much. So his dependability on me is too high. Whereas in pharmaceutical business, the dependability is, my dependability is too high on him. So I want to give him more credit. So it's all depend upon the service. It's all depend upon the business model and ROI model which you will create. So when you design the model, you know that this is an ROI model which I have, and in this ROI model, this is the maximum best profitability which you can earn. And to reach this ROI, what is your break-even point, so that you come to a particular point, you can say conclusion that yes, in this model I can only keep say 7% as a profit. If I increase more, the franchisee will die. If I reduce more, then I will die. So it is like that. So you have to come to some win-win objective into that. That's the reason this creation of a model is very important, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So these are not many companies. You must have seen this brand all over. Amul ka ice cream dekha hoga, Manjini's dekha. मैंने कुछ अभी just Google से उठा के आप, these are all brands there which are available, and they are offering franchises. And I am very, very proud to say that I am the person who launched my franchisee business in 2016. And in a first year itself, I launched 5 franchisees, taking 5 lakh rupees as a franchisee fee per store, or per location. So when you create a model which is a successful, you definitely get opportunity to expand it, to and then leverage on that model continuously. Right? Any questions? This is all about the franchisee model which I have. If you have any queries, then you can please ask me.
Yes, I have a couple of questions.
Yes, just a second. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So Niti, can I please request you to introduce yourself? So anybody who has a question, please introduce yourself so that we know who's speaking.
Okay, I am Niti Madhok from Calcutta. I have a career background in educational industry, and after that it's been in family-owned business. At the moment I am working in the capacity of a consultant, trying to promote my business on manual developments.
In what?
Manuals.
Manuals.
Yes, HR manual, admin manual, those kind of manuals. Now, here for the franchisees, my first question is, especially in pharmaceuticals, medical stores,
Right.
what I understand is there is a legal requirement that the trade license will be given to people who have a specific qualification. Does this hold good even for a franchisee agreement, or the franchisor can manage that aspect for the franchisee?
Okay, excellent. So for a pharmacy business, your minimum qualification to run the store is the diploma in pharmacy, right? But I am not a pharmacist.
Mm-hmm.
I am a businessman. So I can hire a pharmacist who can run that store.
Okay, so the franchisee has to be a pharmacist by profession.
A person who is sitting in the store needs to be must be a pharmacist. A owner may or may not be. A franchisee owner may or may not be a pharmacist, but a person who is running that business must be a pharmacist.
But the trade license is issued in the business owner's name.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
You can always open.
As long as there is an employee who is running the store as a store manager or somebody with a pharmaceutical qualification, it is acceptable.
Exactly. So when I am opening a franchisee store, and for example, I am not a pharmacist, so I will appoint some person I will appoint a pharmacist first. I will take all certificate at the time of licensing, and I will open the store. Now down the line, there are chances that after maybe 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, this person is resigning and somebody else will come. So I have to just replace his certificate. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my second question is, since you've already got 10 outlets, what is, in your opinion, the biggest challenge in managing your franchisees?
Franchisees?
Yes. What is the biggest challenge as a franchisor to manage the franchisee business?
Okay. The beautiful thing here, the mindsets come into picture. So you 10 minds, so 10 different objections, 10 different expectations, and that's what you have to manage more. Because your models are very clear. My model is very clear that this is what you get and this is what you are going to invest and this is a framework which you have to work on. So they know from day one that yes, this is something which I have to work on and these are the bylaws designed by the organization which I have to follow. Whereas the expectation which they have from the growth aspiration or the limitation they personally have in terms of managing manpower, maybe in the recruitment, maybe training of their own manpower. And that's the reason they cannot reach to a particular decent profitability because maybe, they don't have a manpower and they're struggling to get manpower. So they find it difficult. So there our trainings plays a vital role. So the problems which we normally face when it comes to a franchisee is that their capability, if you are not good into identifying a right franchisee, then you may face some problem in the beginning. But once it is streamlined and once he is, rotating his money properly, there is no issue.
Okay, so my third and last question is, what is your recommendation in a franchisee business? Usually the bank account has to be linked to the franchisor account, or each franchisee has their own independent accounts, because it has been seen when the franchisee has their own independent accounts, often you hear of bad cases where the franchisee gets another franchisee and does a parallel business, and therefore there's a conflict of interest and things like that.
Okay. The first thumb rule of any branded store or a franchisee is a person running one brand cannot run the second brand in same premises. He cannot bring the competition within the store. It is not a multi-brand outlet. It is basically a franchisee store of a particular store, particular brand. So if you are entering into, say, McD, you cannot see KFC there. This is one. Secondly, I am interacting with a business owner or an individual who acts as my franchisee. Which bank account to be used, it's all depend upon the model which we are into. So if we are into COCO model, the bank account will be of a company and employees running it. If it is COFO model where the bank account is of company and franchise is only operating, is not doing anything other than selling and putting the amount into bank account. But in my case, if the model is FOFO, where it is franchisee owned and franchisee operated, the ownership belongs to a franchisee. He collects the entire 100% amount there and he pays me as per our agreement every month. So we settle it on a every month basis. And that's the reason I keep just because you have a fear of loss that he will run away with the money and all. So first of all, his investment is too high. He cannot just run away from the store कि 15 लाख रुपए 20 लाख रुपए उसने लगाए हैं और वो कल सिर्फ मुझे 10,000 रुपए देने के लिए या 50,000 रुपए देने के लिए, he'll not run away. So but still we have a security deposit with us. So we have a franchisee fee, we have a security deposit, and we have a royalty. So franchisee fee is non-refundable. It comes to me and that's final. Whereas a security deposit is with me to handle such type of situations where franchisee fails to pay me on time, or if he is not paying me and he is saying, okay, I'll pay you maybe from the next week because I'm not making money or something. In that case, I can adjust that and we can sit with him for further discussion on way forward. So that's the reason we also create a legal documents which we call them, a franchise disclosure agreement.
Yes, the royalty that you calculate at the end of every month, 5% or whatever be the X%. Now, is this easier when you have the same software implemented in the computer and those software generated reports come to you, or is it just shared on a trust basis?
No. So as I said in the beginning, that whatever purchases these franchisees are doing is from my central processing unit. I have a warehouse and they cannot purchase anything from outside. So they only have single bill in their company. Okay. So whatever they purchase, I know. Okay. And I keep conducting various audits every month, which is called a physical audit, where there are mystery audits also, which we go and conduct and check whether there is any stock which he must have purchased from outside and selling.
Okay.
But every month I have a software where whatever billing he's doing, I have given my own created software, which is a software for pharmaceuticals, Anybody who has got a pharmacy software can use it. So this software has got a capability to check how much sale he is doing on a daily basis, how much profitability he earned by selling that medicines, and he also can see which is, you know, the non-moving item as well as other important things of, you know, inventory management. So it helps him to control his losses in the form of non-moving as well as expiries.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, my question.
Yes, sir.
See, medicine is such a thing. The pharmaceutical things are such a thing, which n number of brands are there. In medicine itself, n number of producers are there.
Right.
And so many doctors, they write different kind of medicines. We go to the shop, we don't find that particular item. We go to adjacent shop and then we bring, but equivalent models are available. Now, are you in position to manage such a long list of brands and long list of medical supplies?
Yes. So,
is it?
Yeah, I'll answer this. So there are, you know, thousands of brands and thousands of, you know, companies will keep on coming and trying to influence the doctor to write that brand.
Yeah.
And that's the reason these prescriptions will keep on coming to us. Right?
Yeah.
But what we have observed in our experience of last so many years, that in a area, you will find a typical type of doctor is writing a typical type of medicines.
Yeah.
Okay, and typical type of brands. And keeping that brand is then, that's not a problem. So if I have a franchisee store in a particular area, and if I understand the topography of that market and the, you know, the doctors who are there and writing the medicines, then we have a study of it, or otherwise we get that study in over a period of time. And after that, it's not a problem. Maybe in the beginning for first few months, maybe 2-3 months, we may face that issue. Over and above that, as a businessman, there is one thumb rule that you cannot satisfy every prescription. So you have to say that I have something which we called as similar drug with a different brand. If the patient is okay for it, if he can show it to the doctor or he can talk to the doctor. If doctor okays it, he'll buy it. If a doctor say, no, I want this particular medicine only, in that case, say we don't have, thank you very much.
Now, one more question here. In Delhi,
Yeah.
there are at least half a dozen I know. If you go and buy any product from their shop, the medicine, they just give you 10 to 15%, some 16%, some 12%, just off and discount. Whereas others, they don't do it. What is the difference? Do you think that when we buy from the other medical shop, this difference will persist? Or this is where from he generates this 15%?
Okay, so I offer 10% into my stores.
You offer 10% of anything which is, and apart from that, he gets
offers which we normally create. So it is like, you know, marketing comes into picture there, that this much of volume of medicine, if you take, then you get 10% of a discount kind of. Okay, so below 500 or below say 1,000 rupees, we will not offer kind of. So it increased my basket size, and after that I get that 10% discount. I offer 10%.
That is on every prescription you give it to the customer.
Okay, so it's again depend upon, yeah, every prescription provided it is medicine. On general, we don't give. So depend upon the procurement actually. So how you purchase, your schemes can be designed according to that. And no businessman will do losses by selling something below his purchase cost. So if you are getting say 10 or 15% margins, that means he is also earning. As a customer, you are getting a benefit. The only thing which you have to as a customer check is whether these medicines are, you know, not expired or very nearing expiry, that you can check as a customer, as a vigilant.
Now, this is the biggest challenge. Now that there are a number of medicines may get expired or reaches near expiry. So a person will not take it. They will keep returning those medicines. They will not take it. So how this situation is being handled by your organization? Okay,
so those who are my franchisees, they keep their entire non-moving and expiry with them every month before 10th of every month. Sorry. And my person, when he is going for delivery, he pick up that and come back to me. And it nearing expiry, it is not expired good. according to companies and the distributors, they take the expiry back from us with 30% discount. Okay, 30% deduction, sorry. So now it is your expertise that what kind of purchases you are doing. One, how you can reduce your non-moving items. Two, how you can, because you are controlling your non-moving, obviously you will also control your expiry, because there is no non-moving item. Whatever you are purchasing is rotating in the business. So that is your expertise, and for that we have designed a software which gives an indication every time to a seller that these particular medicines are nearing your expiries. And if these are generic medicine, just get rid of it as early as possible. If there are some substitutes which you can offer, and if doctor is okay, just offer them, and you can save a lot of money on expiry and non-moving items. Anything else, sir? Ravindra sir?
No, wonderful. I'm just trying to learn it, how they manage it.
I tried my level best to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Any questions, please?
No question, but would like to really go through your presentation again while listening the same on the Facebook available. So will you share the templates?
Definitely, sir. No problem. So in fact,
revision, grand rehearsals, like kind of a thing.
Yes, sir, my next city after Pune, once I hit my milestone of Pune, my next city is Nasik. So definitely we will roll out Nasik very soon.
You are in Maharashtra domain. You are in Maharashtra only at present.
Yes. We are very close by, sir. I am in Pune and Shripad sir is in Nasik.
No, so you are at present. Your all the 10 franchises are in Pune.
Pune. Yes. So see, basically, the moment I open a new city, I need to start from scratch, because I need to have my warehouse there. I need to have my procurement team and delivery teams there. I cannot just on purchase here and then my transportation cost will increase, because it is not something which I have to send once in a week. It is a daily transaction. So every day night, my franchisee create an indent and send it to me. My sales procurement team just convert that indent into a purchase list and start procuring the material. The moment we get that material, we plug that into software and deliver it to the stores. So this is not something which can happen, कि मैं एक हफ्ते बाद आपको माल दे दूंगा या यहाँ से मैं भेज दूंगा. अगर मुझे दिल्ली कुछ खोलना है तो मुझे अपना zero से. I need to have a warehouse and I need to have a full team there.
Awesome. So do we have some more questions?
So there are two takeaways maybe, inputs maybe from my side. Those who feel that yes, they have a brand and service where I can contribute, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you all. And second is, if you have any suggestions in terms of building my, chain, then thank you very much.
Hi, Virendra.
You send the offer. I'll try to get you franchises.
Excellent, sir. Perfect.
Virendra, can I ask one question?
Yeah, Mr. Peter.
Hi, it's Peter here. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Okay, are you just into this franchisee, or you got an expertise into the e-commerce business as well?
Okay, so if you talk about my expertise into franchise business, so I have mainly I'm an expert of organized retail or a chains. But because I'm also a business consultant and handling various IT companies as my mentee, I can help you there also. We can offline discuss and understand the model. If I can contribute, definitely I can.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Any questions?
Atulji, today many guests are there, unknown faces are there. So can we just request them? Will you like to request them to introduce themselves? Let us know, because suddenly one Neeti Madhuk ma'am is there, and she is from Calcutta. So I just wanted to know more about the Calcutta. Calcutta has been my place, so I like Calcutta. All said and done.
So Niti is not the only one from Calcutta today. For a change, Pashupati is also there. Pashupati is also from Calcutta. Hi, Pashupati.
I would
Yeah, hi,
request.
hi. Hello.
Right. Yeah, yeah. All right. So fantastic. We're almost 2 minutes from 4. So what we'll do is I'll take around 5 minutes to share more about the CEO talks, and then we'll open up for introductions, and we'll spend maybe another 10-15 minutes for introductions so that all of us get to know each other better. Does that make sense?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Virendra. This was a very, very engrossing session, I would say. And those who have spoken definitely have taken away a lot by asking the questions. And those who have not asked questions, they have taken away even more because they were listening to it with a lot of intent. Okay. And since I have not asked any questions, I have taken away a lot. All right. So let me just take around 5 minutes to share with you about the CEO talks. Today was the 100 and so today this was we are already at 136 talks. Okay, so CEO talks started on the 25th of March. We have impacted more than 8,000 participants so far. We got unlocked during the lockdown. We have had conversations on various topics. On the weekdays, we have the talk at 3 p.m. On Saturdays, we have a panel discussion which happens at 9:30 in the morning. We call this as Industry Connect. Here we invite various industry bodies. Tomorrow we will be having BBN Global, which is Brahman Business Network Global. Shripadji is here. He and his panel of directors would be there sharing with us what BBN Global does and what is the kind of support Brahmins across the globe can get from BBN Global and what are their plans in the future. On Sunday, we have Chopal, or we have also started calling it Sizzling Sunday, wherein we don't talk business. We only get together and get to strengthen our relationship, our bond, so that we can conduct more and better business. These are some of our community partners. You also have an opportunity to speak. So if you are interested, you can please get in touch with me and we will explore when is it that we can give you an opportunity to speak. We also have an opportunity for brands to sponsor. Okay, so that is something we could keep the CEO Talks going. The people behind CEO Talks. So CEO Talks are brought to you by eGrowth, the leverage platform. We are the world's first BAD ecosystem, which stands for Business Advisory and Business Development. Our mission is to empower and enable businesses. Our journey started way back in 2014, and as of now, when we speak to you, we are around 30,000 business owners spread across India and spilling across to other countries as well. These are some of the images of various events and workshops that we've done in the past. This is Punjab road trip. This was West India. We partnered with Startup India for their Uttar Pradesh Yatra, and these are some images from there. We also were a part of a boot camp which happened in Jaduguda, Jharkhand last year. There are some where we worked with some tribals on an agricultural project. That is what these images are from. And other than that, we've been working with various organizations in various cities to promote entrepreneurships. Here are some images where I participated in events from TIE, so TIE Udaipur, TIE Kanpur, TIE Shimla, not TIE Shimla, but it is in Shimla. And then we also organized what we call as the leverage model. Here's an image from the introduction of the leverage model. And we also have been conducting events specifically for women. So Celebrating Womanhood was into the 3rd season this year. Here is some media coverage in Hindi, English, as well as in Tamil. How is it that you can associate with eGrowth? We've got a portal called egrowth.org. You can go and create your personal profile. You can post blogs and articles. You can reach out to other business owners on the platform. As of now, we've got around 18,400 business owners. Our social media handle is egrowth.org. We're present on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, as well as Telegram. You're most welcome to join us there. We do a lot of active engagement, as you would have already seen. CEO Talks is one of them. We have a mentor network. We do a lot of business networking. We also organize buyer-seller meetings. We take delegations to other associations, and we also invite delegations from other associations as well as countries. We organize something called as the Inner Circle, and there are a lot many trainings and workshops that we organize. I'd like to take a moment to share about the Inner Circle. An Inner Circle is an exclusive B2B structure wherein we work with hand-picked members. As of now, we are more than 30 of us, having an average experience of 26 years. We meet every Friday, so we met today morning as well. It's managed by a team. We work on distributed consulting, peer-to-peer conversations, and it is a purely online platform. The highlights are we work on opportunities, second-degree contacts, problem solving, knowledge sharing, and we network actively with industry bodies. You can subscribe to eGrowth. You can start with a basic subscription wherein you get a verified profile on the portal. You get read-write access, which allows you to publish blogs and articles, events. You can post your requirements and offers. And you can also attend networking meetings. You can go in for a premium subscription wherein you can create a business profile or in fact multiple business profiles if you are a serial entrepreneur. You get access to first-degree contacts and you can host networking meetings. Or you have the choice to apply for the Inner Circle. So you can't really subscribe to Inner Circle. Why am I saying apply? Because there are certain kind of businesses whom we invite. We're pretty choosy about that. You get to access the Inner Circle meetings. You get second-degree contacts, and also Industry Connect is what you get access to in the Inner Circle. But you are definitely welcome to attend 1 or 2 meetings to get a feel of what it is to be in the Inner Circle. A basic subscription. Okay, so this one was the deal of the previous month. Right now, you can go in for a basic subscription. All what you pay is 1,508 rupees, all inclusive, which is 15 August. So that is an Independence Day offer. You get access to a curated network, privileged access, online engagement, offline engagement, do it yourself, and the validity is 1 year. So you can go to eGrowth.org/basic-subscription and you can go and subscribe right away. This was a little bit about eGrowth. My name is Atul Puri. I'm the founder of eGrowth. You can reach out to me at 9899-116054, or you can write to me at atul@egrowth.org, and definitely visit eGrowth portal at www.egrowth.org. So this was a little bit about eGrowth. I invite all of you to please introduce yourselves so that we get to know who all are present here today. So Virendra has already introduced himself. Mishra ji has also spoken. Devendra, can we please have get to know you better? Devendra God. We got 2 Devendra today.
Yeah, hi. Very good evening, everyone. Myself, Devendra Mishra. So I'm the regional sales manager in Honeywell, taking care of the electronic security products. So it's a privilege to be the part of this group, and like I guess today's session related to the franchisee model was also great. So thanks a lot for this. Thank you.
Thanks, Devendra. So Devendra God.
Yeah. Hi, Atul. This is Devendra. Yeah, hi, Atul. This is Devendra.
Yeah.
And I am in accounts and taxation firm.
Okay.
Since 2006, and I have been practicing in income tax and GST.
And which city are you from, Devendra?
I am from Hyderabad, sir.
All right. So are you considering
Hyderabad, Telangana?
Fantastic. Yeah. Hyderabad, invariably we end up saying Andhra. It is really difficult to say it is Telangana.
Yeah, sir.
All right. So are you considering to subscribe to eGrowth?
Mostly, sir. Effectively, the talk was very good. Interaction was very nice.
All right, great. Yeah. Mr. Ranga?
Yes, sir.
Rangachari, good afternoon. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
So actually, I retired from Punjab National Bank recently in May 2020. So I'm connected to Virendraji in other WhatsApp group.
Okay.
I'm planning for starting my own training outfit.
Most welcome, sir. Which city are you from?
Right now I'm placed in Delhi, but I belong to Andhra proper. You may be knowing Rajahmundry, there is one place.
Yes, Rajahmundry, I know, yeah.
So I'm connected with Hyderabad and Rajahmundry very much.
Fantastic. So we look forward to add some value to your business. So
yes, sir, definitely.
All right. Then we've got Gangotri.
Yeah, hello, good evening all.
Hi, Gangotri. Yeah.
This is Gangotri Khiratkar, and I'm a business consultant at Velocity Accelerator Private Limited. So it's been 5 years working with Mr. Virendra Ingle, sir. So it's I'm actually working for him as a business development executive also.
Fantastic. Thanks, Gangotri, for coming over. Then Jayanti. Jayanti, can you please hear from you?
Ji, 1 second. Good evening. My name is Jayanti Trembaknath, and thank you, Mr. Virendra. He introduced me to this group, and I'm a member as well. Just in brief, I'm an international speaker, an ICF certified NLP Innermost Shift Best Life coach, and I focus on areas like overthinking, negative thoughts, relationship issues, or behavioral concerns. And mind training is my area of expertise. And I also have almost 12 years of corporate career as a banker. Thank you so much.
And did you share which city are you from?
I'm from Bombay.
All right, great. And Niti. So Niti already shared she's from Calcutta. So Niti, would you like to introduce yourself once again, please?
All right, I come from a background of education, mostly multidisciplinary education, delivery and operations management. I was with NIFT and then with WLC. Thereafter, I moved full-time to our family business. And from the family business, I am now starting a byline as a consultant to promote manual writings, HR manual, marketing manuals, admin manuals, and things of that nature. Even I'm trying to build a contact, I'm trying to promote my service as someone who can help companies design and develop their work from home, because this is a new concept now and very much catching up in India, but the companies are not structured to think about the deliverables and the monitoring of work from home concept. So I am here to help such companies who want to develop this as a full-fledged line and employ more people in their work from home concept, because it is more economic and designed well, it can be very beneficial for the company.
Awesome. And you also subscribed to eGrowth recently, so welcome on board.
Yes.
It's good to speak to you. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. And Pashupati, Mr. Pashupati Nath Kundu.
Yeah, thank you, Atul, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pashupati Kundu from Kolkata. I'm a business coach, and I help business owners and business leaders grow the business, make more money, develop systems in the organization, and ultimately lead a better quality of life. That is what I help my clients to achieve. And thank you so much. This is the second or third time for me here, and I always love the discussion. Today, the discussion on franchise was very good, and I like to touch base with the speaker. As I'm also a franchise, I've also designed a couple of franchise systems for my clients. So definitely these inputs were welcome, and I'd like to understand more from him. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. So Pashupati, when are you likely to join eGrowth?
Yeah, surely within this month.
All right, great. Peter.
Hi. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
This is Peter from Australia, Sydney. I'm looking forward to get my business Direct Connect Global on an e-commerce platform. Virendra, you did a great presentation today. Thanks for that, and I look forward to be in touch with you. Thanks, Atul, for connecting all of us on this platform.
Pleasure is all mine. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you. Thanks,
great.
everyone.
Yeah. Saurabh.
Hi, good evening all. This is Saurabh. I am based in Mumbai. I am into CCTV business. I am the national head for a brand called Uniview. Thanks, Atul.
Great. And is that all? Devendra ji, आप क्यों पीछे हैं? आप ही तो introduce करें, please. मिश्रा जी.
जी.
हाँ जी, please. आपने तो शुरू किया था.
जी.
Please.
Great. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm R.K. Mishra. Here it is Ravindra K. Mishra. My office is in Delhi, World Trade Center. We run a small startup, Sam Corp Advisors Private Limited, and we are in telecom domain. I'm 37 years. I'm having 37-year experience in telecom domain, and now at present we are just assisting all the telcos in their licensing and regulatory compliances. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. All right. So thanks all for taking time out. Thanks a lot, Virendra, for creating such an awesome conversation today.
Wonderful.
All of us, we look forward to see you tomorrow. I think I've got another good idea that henceforth we would have this introduction session at the end of every conversation, so that I think will build more bonding among the people. So let's start. We'll start it. We've already started it today, and tomorrow onwards we'll have it. Tomorrow morning, our conversation is going to. Yeah.
Atul, I didn't got opportunity to introduce, but okay,
yeah,
it's
please,
okay.
Please.
As it is, I'm going to introduce myself. But Sheetal Dongre, I think she has not introduced. Just call her.
Sheetal, is she there? I'm not able to see her.
Yeah,
okay,
she is new. She is new to the group.
Yeah, definitely.
So
No, she's not new. She's been around.
Yeah.
Okay, done. All right. So Sheetal and Shripad, anybody else who's there who's not introduced, you please introduce yourself. Yeah.
Sudhaji is also not introduced.
I'm okay, sir. I missed some names. All right. Yeah, Sheetal, can you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sheetal Dongre. I am from Aurangabad. I am in chemical sector from 2015. I am registered vendor of Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, BPCL, RCF, as well as in COVID I got registration with Indian Railways. Other than this, I am in spirituality. I am a Reiki master from 2007, and I'm working for women self-help women's group. So many women come under our group, and they got trained and they got flourished their life, and they're having their own economic growth. So this is my passion actually. And other than this, I just started my business in import export also. So this is quite good opportunity I got from Atul. So I got that subscription of eGrowth. So Atul, thank you so much for that.
My pleasure. We look forward for expansion in your business.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Shripad ji, can you please introduce yourself? And also Sujal Shetty ji, please.
Yeah. Myself, Shripad Kulkarni. We are into heat, ventilation and air conditioning. I have given entire introduction in the chat. If possible, please go through it. So we are running short of time now, and we are into auto components, sheet metal components, stainless steel components, and HVAC component, as well as some switchgear components in sheet metal. Anything and everything related to stainless steel fabrication, you may please contact me. In addition to this, I represent this particular eGrowth as a chairman, president of Brahman Business Network Global, which is a Section 8 company working for the transformation of Brahman community, which is branded as a employee community. My aim is to transform that particular community as an employer community, and every Brahmin should give jobs to the people rather than doing job with somebody. That is my aim of life now. I'm working on that. Thank you for offering me time.
Fantastic. Yeah. Sudhaji?
Oh, Tapanda also has shown.
Yeah. Tapanda.
Hello.
And I think, yeah.
Hello, myself Sudha.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Myself Sudha Shetty. My company's name Manasvi Foods, and we got lots of self-help groups, and I want Neeti Mohak ka number. Neeti Mohak. That lady's number I want.
Yeah, so Neeti,
Okay.
can you please share your number?
Yeah, I put it down in chat for her.
Yeah, please do that. Yeah, please do that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Atulji.
Yeah, welcome. Tapan Da, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, please introduce yourself, sir. Tapan Da, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, there's a network issue with him.
Okay, so Mr. Tapan Kumar Nath, he is from Dhaka, Bangladesh. He is an ex-government employee. He retired as a deputy secretary with the government. He has worked in industries department and urban planning and a number of other departments as well. He has been a regular visitor to the CEO talks, and that was a little bit about him. He's a very passionate person. If you were intending to do business in Dhaka or in Bangladesh, he would be a great connect for you. All right. We also have a gentleman named Neeraj who just joined in. Neeraj, if you can please introduce yourself.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Myself, Dinesh Pandey from Nagpur. I saw a post from Mr. Virendra Ingle from Facebook.
Okay.
I thought this is a nice platform to listen from a great speakers from all over the India. And I am working in Nagpur as a director in Hexa Infocom Group. I also recently opened one private limited company in the name of Hexa Works, which is dealing in the website development as well as digital marketing and some insurance sectors also. Yeah. I would like to join this group for future development of myself.
Okay, fantastic. So while all of you introduced yourself, what I got present to is that we've got people from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cities. 2 of them are from outside of India. So one is Sydney, Australia. The other one is Dhaka, which is Bangladesh, which I think is an awesome thing. I invite all of you to invite more people so that we have more participation and there is more value which is created. So regarding the talk which is tomorrow, so tomorrow we have a talk on, so not only tomorrow, every Saturday we have the CEO talk at 9:30 in the morning, and we call that as an industry connect. Okay, wherein we invite various associations or chambers or industry bodies to come and share what they do and what is the kind of value that they bring. So tomorrow we are going to have this talk from BBN Global, which is Brahman Business Network. Mr. Shripad Kulkarni, he is the president. He will also have a number of his directors who will be there tomorrow. So do join us tomorrow morning, 9:30, and we'll have an interesting conversation. Day after tomorrow will be Chopal, wherein we'll not discuss business and we'll have a lot other conversations. Okay, so keep rocking, keep growing, and keep coming back.
Thank you, everybody.
Everyone for being there.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
जय माता की। बताइए।
Thank you.
नहीं ऑफिस में तो